Good morning, Nashville, and thanks for joining us. We have several top stories to get to this morning, but first, let's start things off with your forecast. We've gotten a well-deserved break from the heat, but Cody, pretty soon it's going to be feeling like August again.
That's right, Lindsay, but hey.
We're following breaking news this morning. A worker at a gas station is in critical condition after a brutal attack. News 4's Alexandria Adams is live this morning with the details. So, Alexandria, I know you just got there. What do we know so far? Right now, Nashville lawmakers are calling on metro schools to put a mask mandate back in place. This all comes as school is set to begin in a little over a week. We know that the largest school district in Tennessee, Shelby County in Memphis, will have a mask mandate. As for the meeting here in Nashville, board members can propose other protocols. So far, none have been made, but of course, we'll keep you posted on what happens next.
So I sure hope that schools.
That was House Speaker Cameron Sexton explaining what he would do if schools required masks. Last night, we spoke with MNPS Director of Schools, Dr. Adrian Battle, about the House Speaker's comment. With COVID infections soaring, there's a growing list of companies looking at how they're going to bring workers back to the office. Facebook, Equinox, and Broadway theaters are just some of the latest companies to require vaccines before coming back. Now on 4, a family is without a home after it was destroyed by a fire. Crews responded to the fire along Olive Circle near Antioch. Investigators say the home is a total loss. One of the homeowners was injured in the fire, but they're expected to be okay. At this time, there's no word on what caused the fire. And the trial is now underway for accused cop killer Stephen Wiggins in Dixon County. A man who spent time in prison for a crime he didn't commit will receive post-conviction relief. A judge granted the relief for Paul Garrett. Garrett was released from prison in 2011 after new DNA led Metro Police to charge someone else with the crime. And great news coming from the west side of the state. The I-40 bridge in Memphis is now completely open. You're taking a live look from our T-Dot camera early this morning. Not too much action out there on the roads in Memphis. And here in Nashville, plans are now underway for a new park. Metro Parks is holding its first community meetings on Wharf Park this week. Today, Boeing will make another attempt to launch its CST Starliner capsule. They hope to do this as an unmanned mission to the International Space Station. And it was a hectic travel day for people in Orlando yesterday. Hundreds of Spirit Airlines flights were canceled or delayed over the weekend, causing huge backups. 227 flights were canceled and 58 others were delayed. That left hundreds of passengers waiting to reschedule. Some passengers say they were in line for hours waiting to speak to an agent. Others say they'd been at the airport for 24 hours due to cancellations. Now on 4, this is a crazy story. You might be used to hitting bugs with your windshield, but probably not turtles. A Florida fire department says a turtle caused an accident on the highway. Investigators say a semi-truck hit the animal, causing it to fly right into the windshield of a nearby car. Now, before you freak out, get this. The turtle and the driver are both okay. The turtle was then safely released back into the wild. And again, both of them are okay for you this morning. And check this out. Colorado's governor is asking for state and federal help after last week's mudslides. The debris, which included huge boulders, actually damaged portions of the interstate there. It also left more than 100 cars stranded on the interstate. Parts of the road are still covered by 10 feet or more of mud, rocks, and debris. What a mess. More wild video for you now. Emergency crews responded to a massive fire at an Oklahoma tire plant. Just look at the size of this thing. Crews responded shortly after 3 a.m. Monday morning. The fire was so large that the crews didn't have enough water to put it out.
Wow.
Just heartbreaking video from the mudslides to the wildfires, Cody. Thankfully, we're not dealing with any of that in our back door right now. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, you know, Middle Tennessee.
It was a jam-packed day at the Olympics with big comebacks, tough losses, and more gold medals for the U.S. NBC's Liz McLaughlin has the latest from Tokyo. And of course, we're keeping you up to speed with the latest medal count. If you're still waiting to watch a few events, don't look at the TV screen right now. We're following breaking news this morning. A worker at a gas station is in critical condition after a brutal attack. News 4's Alexandria Adams is live this morning with the details. Alexandria, what do we know so far? 1,000 Tennesseans are currently in hospitals statewide. There were only 200 a month ago. Most of these are due to the Delta variant, which doctors say mostly impacts those who are unvaccinated. But COVID isn't the only virus causing a spike. The Department of Health says RSV, a respiratory virus, and parainfluenza are affecting children. Typically, these spread more in the winter, but last year we didn't see that happen because of how cautious people were. The country is now reaching a vaccination milestone. As of yesterday, 70% of adults in the U.S. have had at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. That's according to the White House. So far, 468,000 doses have been given out, and 320,000 people are newly vaccinated. The 7-day average is now the highest it's been since July 4th. A new survey suggests that parents are split on whether or not they want to vaccinate their young children. Experts looked at more than 2,000 parents across the country. Less than half say they plan to vaccinate their youngest kid when it's approved. However, a quarter said they wouldn't vaccinate their child at all. Those parents say safety concerns are the main reason that they're against it. As the Delta variant creates a resurgence in COVID cases, more people are rushing to get shots and get tested. Here's NBC's Tracy Potts with the very latest. The CDC is now recommending that people who test positive quarantine for 10 days, vaccinated or not, and then retest. The Senate is voting on amendments to the $1 trillion infrastructure deal. The bill was released on Sunday and approves about $550 billion in new spending for roads, bridges, transit, and broadband. A bizarre incident out of one of Tennessee's largest tourist spots. 3 people were injured when part of the Titanic Museum fell on guests. An iceberg wall exhibit collapsed yesterday at Pigeon Forge. The 3 people involved were taken to the hospital. Their conditions are unknown right now. They immediately shut down the museum after all of this happened, and right now they have a team investigating the safety and security of the other exhibits. Well, Metro Nashville government has launched a new website. The new and improved Nashville.gov was revamped based on feedback from people. Businesses and neighborhood groups also played a role, as well as other Metro departments. The goal of the new design is to make the information easy for visitors to find. Here's a question for you. How many spam calls do you think you get in 1 week? Probably a lot. I know I do. Well, here's one thing that could make you happy next time you see that annoying call coming in. Call for Action problem solver Carice Jackman has more on a way you can turn that call into cash. Now, they may have a need for speed, but later on this week, some of the world's best IndyCar drivers will be using their skills for a good cause. On Thursday, drivers and celebrities will be taking part in a ping pong tournament at Penn's Mechanical Company. All the money raised will go to the Serious Fun Children's Network. It helps kids with medical conditions go to summer camps across the nation. IndyCar driver Joseph Newgarden started the tournament 3 years ago. He spoke with us about why he chose ping pong. He didn't mention that there, but he's actually really good at ping pong. He's well known for that. If you want to watch the celebrities duke it out, tickets cost $50. Last time we checked, there were still some left, so go ahead and get one. A car considered too uncool for many of us is now everywhere you turn. Oh yeah, we're talking about the minivan. Right now, it's experiencing a major comeback. A report from Cox Automotive found that minivans sold for 8% above the sticker price last month. Many consumers say the minivan's space, high seats, and sliding doors make them very attractive. What do you think, Cody?
I don't know about attractive, but
they are pretty spacious.
They are very, very spacious and practical.
More so than your Tacoma.
Yeah. Now, if you make me a minivan that can go off-road somewhere, I'm in, you know? Maybe I'll get it.
Some of them look like they could.
Especially if I ever have kids, then I'll probably end up with a minivan.
That's when you make the minivan jump, I feel like. My dad did it.
He did it, yeah.
Yep.
I'm destined for twins. It's in my family, so I'm probably going to need a minivan, that's for sure.
Yeah. Country music fans are still in limbo as they wait for the new date of Garth Brooks' concert. Over the weekend, the show was canceled after these intense storms hit the mid-state. Now there's new concerns that the canceled show could have COVID backlash. Thousands of fans without a mask had to take cover inside the stadium, and they had no way to socially distance. Metro Health says this could result in more cases. For now, the concert has been indefinitely postponed, but there is a promise that he'll reschedule. Garth Brooks spoke to his fans last night after the disappointing weekend.